For this video for Lesson 4B, where we draw this in 3D, first let's update our title block. After you have to update your title block, make sure the following settings are on. Make sure ortho mode is on. Object snap settings are on. We'll be working with our layers. We'll use the object layer. We need to make our title block larger for more room to draw. So pick scale. Select just your title block and text. When you hit enter, your base point would be this lower left corner. We're going to use a scale factor of 1.5. That'll be 1.5 larger in size for us to give us room over here to draw. In order to see our drawing better, let's take off our center lines and our hidden lines and our dimensions so that we can easily see what we're working with. Let's make it in 3D by extruding this portion of the block. So let's make a copy of it. I guess ortho should be off temporarily. We'll work here. We need to make sure this is one feature. It is currently comprised of separate lines, and to use the three-dimensional command extrude, this has to be treated as one object. The command to join them all together is region, R-E-G-I-O-N. Type in that command, hit enter, select the objects you want to make as one, and hit enter. If you get no error message, then we know that it worked. If you do get an error message, you need to zoom into your part and see if there are any breaks or overlapping of lines anywhere within the drawing by zooming in closely and panning around to find that error. If you find any lines overlap, use the trim command to clean up the area. If there's any gaps or breaks, you can use the extend command to bring them together, or snap your object lines together. This is the reason why it's important to use object snaps. Now that this part is ready, we need to switch our environment to a three-dimensional workspace. So switch your workspace to 3D modeling. Your ribbons will change. Go to view so we could see our work in a three-dimensional environment. Under the views tab, click on Southwest Isometric. Later, when we extrude the object, you're going to be leaving 2D wireframe and selecting one of these options so you can better see your work. To control your layers, under the Home tab, you have to go to the far right and look for a section called Layers to identify where your layers are. We need the dimension layer on so that we can get the values of our extrusion, which would be 2. Pick Extrude, select the object which you regioned, hit enter. Zoom out just a little, point up or down. In this case I think we should be pointing up, and type in 2, which is the depth of our part. And there is part of our feature. Commands we're going to be using include fillet to round off the 2 corners here, and the opposite side over here. We're going to be drawing cylinders using the circle command. Let's take care of the fillets at this time. We have a fillet of radius of 1/4. Click fillet, hit the down arrow, click radius, type in 0.25, hit enter. Hit enter again to end the command. Pick fillet, select the first object, which would be this line right here. It'll highlight as you see there. The radius is already active, so just hit enter. It's going to ask for the same edge, which is already currently highlighted, and hit enter, and it fillets that shape. Repeat the command, enter, enter again. You might be wondering the multiple requests for the radius. When you use fillet, you can enter the radius after you pick an edge, as well as saying it beforehand. For example, for this side, I need to use the orbit command so we could better see these lines right here, so we could fillet that in as well. The fillet is going to be a radius of 1. So pick fillet, pick an edge. Now we can type in the radius of 1, enter. It's going to ask to select an edge again. You can pick both sides if you'd like. Now that they're both selected, hit enter, and it rounds it off exactly the way we want it. I'm going to orbit again so we can draw and subtract this circle here. The diameter of that hole is 3/4 diameter. Select the circle command, circle diameter. With object snaps on, hover over one of these arcs and you'll see 2 points. These are the centers of the front and back of our part. Pick either one of them and you will see that when you try and draw a circle, it's going to be going in the wrong direction. We don't want the circle to go in this direction, we want it to go in the direction of our part. So, we need to make some changes. Let me add this on here. So, I have to use some new commands. And they are located here under coordinates. We will be using a series of these commands while we work with in 3D throughout the rest of the semester, and you'll be comfortable with them along the way. World is our default. If you choose these other options, the UCS will change to those different views of a part. We're not using those at this time. We need to place the UCS onto this surface. All 2-dimensional objects are drawn on the XY plane. All 3-dimensional objects are extruded in the Z plane. Let me repeat that. All 2-dimensional objects are drawn on the XY plane, and the extrusions are on the Z plane, just like our part was drawn on a 2D plane and extruded in the 3D plane. As you see there. This is a UCS face command. Face. Let's see what happens if we pick this one here. So this is UCS face. Click here and accept it. Circle diameter. Hover over the edge here to find the center. If the other object snaps are overriding your choices, I found it right there, you can deactivate all the others that you don't want. Hover, look for the center, there it is right there, grab it, 3/4, enter, extrude, select that circle, enter. We don't want to go this way, go this way, we don't care about its length, so just click beyond the part. We're going to use the subtract command to get rid of that cylinder. Subtract would be found here. It's also found here. Pick subtract, pick the large object, hit the enter key, pick the smaller of the 2 objects and hit enter, and you will have subtracted out that portion of the part. We're going to repeat those steps to draw this shape and place it here and subtract it out. As we did before, we found the centers of these holes, drew the shape, and trimmed it out. We can also use another method where I'm going to show you 2 ways in which to do this, and you decide which method you prefer. Here's the first method. UCS face accept it. X and Y on this plane. Pick the line command. Start here. Ortho needs to be on. Go to the right. 1 and 1/16. I cannot go up 1 because I'm not at the bottom of my part. I'll click down here. Then I'll point up and type in 1. And that's the center of one of the holes. The other one is 1/1/8. Stop there. Draw my circles with a radius of 5/16. Draw two lines snapping to the quadrant of those two circles. Trim. Sometimes three-dimensional objects and two-dimensional objects would get in the way of each other, like you saw me trying to trim there and I could not. So I'll switch to the 2D wireframe so that I can trim. You may notice that you cannot see my cursor, especially when I'm snapping. You may not see it at all. And that has to do with my video card. If you have that situation, it's your video card more than anything else. It's not the program. I just have an older computer. This is ready for me to region, so hit the escape key, type in region, select the parts of my slot, hit enter. It's now regioned. Pick extrude, select the object, hit enter, and this is on the front surface, so I'll stretch to the back, put the color back on, subtract, large object, enter, small object, enter, and that's complete. Here's the other way to do the same thing. Since we already have the part right here, we can region this existing feature. 1, 2, picking all 4 parts. Enter. There's our closed region. The reason why it looks solid is because we're conceptual. Otherwise it would look just like it's like that. Extrude it. This time I'll be specific. The thickness of the part is 1/2 inch, 0.5. The thickness, of course, is matching the thickness of our part. 1/2. So, we need to place this feature over here. Line. Start here in 1/1/16. Go down. Go up. 1. This way, 1/1/8. We can use a command called align. Put in X-ray, I think that might help you see better. There you go. Type in align, A-L-I-G-N, select the part you made, and hit enter. To align features, you can move things and rotate them onto places on here. So you think about what here can be moved to here so that it can be aligned. And you have to think of 3 different places that are not along the same line or linear. They're not linear. So for example, I'll pick the center of here, the center of here, and one of the quadrants to place here. So first source point, center, and I want it to go there. So I'll click that. Center for the second source point, I'll look for the center of this feature right here, which is right there, and I'll place it on the other side. That's 2. For the third one, I'm going to use the intersection of the endpoint of this line, which is also the end of the arc, right here, and I'll place it right there. And then it rotates. And you saw it align. Now to verify that it's where you think it is, orbit around to make sure that it's located where you expect it to be, which it is. So let's subtract it out. Subtract large feature, enter, small feature, enter, and now it's removed. View, southwest isometric. Here is our completed part.